Model 6. They have endured centuries. Listen to the words below in context. Try to guess their meanings. Prehistoric, relating to the time history before anything was written down. Complex, a group of buildings or a large building used for a particular purpose. Ditch, a long narrow hollow at the side of a field, road, etc. to hold or remove unwanted water. Heritage, the traditional beliefs, values, customs, etc. of a family, country, or society. Empire, a group of countries that are all controlled by one ruler or government. Suit, a place where something important or interesting happened. To carve, to make an object or a design by cutting a piece of wood or stone. To incorporate, to include something as a part of a group, system, plan, etc. In group, make a list of historic places in your city, region, or other countries corresponding to the three categories below. Say what you can find in them. Use the words in the box to help you. Then tell the class about them. Monument, religious, suit, city. Petra is a historic and archaeological city in Jordan. It is carved in rock. It's one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It is a UNESCO list of world heritage sites. City Jerash. Jerash is a historic and archaeological city in the north of Jordan. It was built by Romans. Jerash was a member of the Decapolis. It has the famous Street of Columns and Artemis Theatre. The lost city of the Inca. Before you start, this is Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Inca. Where is it? It is in Lima, the capital of Peru. How old is it? About 500 years old. What do you think the Inca built it for? In my opinion, it was a military fortification or a prison. Listen and complete. Susan, Nora, where have you been? Nora, we have just got back from our holiday. We went to Peru. Why don't you come for dinner and we will show you our photos? Susan, I'd love to come. Please, Nora. Bess, Nora, and these are some of photos. Susan, lovely photos. Where did you take them? Nora, well, these are from Lima. Have you ever been there? Susan, no, we have never been to Peru. We went to Mexico 2 years ago, though. Nora, what are these ruins? This is the famous Machu Picchu, the lost city of Inca. It's one of the largest historic suits and has survived from 1537 until today. Susan, it's amazing. What was it? A citadel, a religious suit. Nora, some specialists have suggested that Machu Picchu was a religious refuge. Others have said that it was a military fortification or a prison. Susan, I imagine people are worried about how to preserve it. Nora, definitely UNESCO has put it on its list of World Heritage Sites and it has named it one of the new seven wonders of the world. Bureau Ruins Historic Site Fortification Preserve. Listen to the words below in contest. Try to guess their meanings. To suggest, to give an idea to someone. Military, used by or relating to the army. Fortification, towers, walls, etc. built around a place in order to protect it or defend it. Citadel, a strong building where people could go for safety if their city was attacked. Read the dialogue as a whole, then answer these questions in pairs. What are the different suggestions about the Machu Picchu? The suggestions was that Machu Picchu was either a religious refuge, a military fortification, or a prison. Why do you think UNESCO has put Machu Picchu on its list of World Heritage Sites and the new seven wonders of the world? Because it is a unique historic site. What do you think people should do to preserve Machu Picchu? They should protect it from natural disasters. Grammar. The present perfect simple المضارع التام هو الزمن الذي نستخدمه حتى نتحدث عن فعل أو حدث قبل فترة، وهذه الفترة غير محددة، أي قبل ساعة، قبل يومين، قبل سنة، إلى آخره. ولكن هذا الحدث ما زالت آثاره ونتائجه متبقية حتى الآن. يصاغ في حالة الأفرماتيف has زائد فعل تصريف ثالث في السنجولار she has done her homework. have والفعل تصريف ثالث في حالة البلولر والI they have gone home. أما في النفي نضع have أو has مع not مع فعل تصريف ثالث he hasn't come yet they haven't arrived yet. أما الquestion بيكون بوضع has أو have زائد subject زائد verb past participle. Has he won a prize? Yes he has في حالة الإثبات. No he hasn't في حالة النفي. أما الكيورد اللي بنستخدمها حتى نعرف إنه هاي الجملة أو هذا الفعل هو فعل تصريف ثالث، أول إشي بيكون عنا already و just، before never، recently or lately، ever so far since yet to for، until today over time all زائد time all my life all the day all the year always. Majid has just left. I have already done my homework. ممكن نصيغ السؤال بطريقة تانية نضع have you ever been to Egypt. Present perfect and past simple مضارع التام والماضي البسيط. إذا كان هناك سؤالان متتابعان وكان السؤال الأول بالمضارع التام present perfect، أما يكون الثاني مع إجابته بالماضي البسيط past simple. الماضي البسيط هو التصريف الثاني للفعل. sense for. الفرق في استخدام sense for: since يستخدم قبل أسماء الأيام والأشهر والسنين since I left school، since last yesterday، since October. ولكن for تستخدم لمدة زمنية كشهر، يوم، سنة for 3 years، for a long time، for 10 years، for last few days. Look at the pictures, then write sentences using the present perfect simple to ask and answer questions about what has and has not happened. What have you eaten today? I have eaten pizza today. I haven't eaten a burger today. Has it snowed all night? It hasn't snowed all night. It has rained all night. Have you lived in the countryside before? I haven't lived in the countryside before. I have lived on the coast before. Has Wasfi bought a broken car? Wasfi has bought a new car. Wasfi hasn't bought a broken car. Read through the table below, then find one mistake in each sentence and correct it. She have explored the old city. Has she have ever been to Qatar? Never. Have you visited the old Citadel before? Visited. I have not read travel book, but I like adventure ones. Haven't. The student has learned about the monument in Jordan. Have. Or the students has learned about the monuments in Jordan. My father has taken me to the museum twice. Taken. Have they survived? Look at the pictures. Where are these pictures? The main picture. Zivarnots Kredzdial in Armenia. On the left, Jarash. On the right, Machu Picchu. Do you know if any of them have survived? They all have survived to the present day. Listen to the word below in context. Try to guess their meanings. Track, a prepared area of land used to race on. To perform, to present, a form of entertainment, to an audience. Route, a path that you follow. Grow, the development of something over a period of time. Form, a large outdoor public place. Read the articles. What's the difference between ancient and modern Jarash? Runners in the ancient game received a crown of olive leaves, and in the modern games they receive medals. Ancient games lasted 5 days, while modern games last for about 16 days. Some sports in the ancient games aren't included in the modern games, like chariot racing. Ancient Jarash. The ancient city of Jarash is around 50 kilometers north of Amman, Jordan. People have lived there for over 5,000 years, and the growth of civilization can be seen by comparing the ancient and modern parts of the city. In its first 100 years as a Roman city, Jerash became very rich because it was on important trade routes. By this time, Jerash had many great buildings, including a forum, two theaters, two baths, and a chariot racing track. Modern Jerash is much bigger than the ancient city. In the last 100 years, it has grown to include many of the villages that used to be outside it. Today, Jerash is one of the most popular tourist routes. Tourists go to see the ruins of ancient Jerash, but they also go to enjoy the entertainment of modern Jerash. Theater, music, poetry, and dance groups perform at the Jerash Festival every year and are seen by thousands of visitors. When we cross the bridge between ancient and modern Jerash, we move between different ages. Vocabulary. Mark these words with their meanings: growth, development, trade, commerce. To perform, to present something on stage. To cross, to go across. Complete the sentences with the words from exercise 3 in their correct form. Some word forms might stay the same: growth, trade, perform, cross. There has been an increase in between the East and the West over the years. A group of international singers will live on stage in Beirut next Friday. In the last 60 years, there has been a remarkable inward population. When the street, he saw the museum right in front of him. Trade, perform, growth, crossed. Listening. Listen to an interview with an archaeologist and choose the correct answer. Then listen again and check your answer. So tell me, what were you like when you were a child? Have you always been interested in archaeology? Yes, I have. I was always very curious about things. I used to find stone tools around where I lived and wanted to know what they were. The first archaeological site I worked at was in Iowa. In the US. I found things that were hundreds of years old buried deep in the ground. Where do you work now? I teach students at a university, but every summer I take students on a research trip to a site in Amman. Has anyone ever found anything really interesting on a trip? Yes, a few years ago, an archaeologist found the world's oldest leather shoe at a site called Viters Desert. The shoe was 1,000 years older than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Comparing old and new. Look at the two photos and discuss similarities and differences. Then read the article. Speaking and writing. These are two pictures of Amsterdam's Olympic Stadium. The first picture is from 1928. The second is from the present day, since it was first used. The Olympic Stadium has gone through several changes. In 1987, the city government wanted to destroy it. People opposed its destruction. So the government listed it as a natural monument. Renovation of the Olympic Stadium started in 1996. Prince William Alexander reopened it on 13 May 2000. The Olympic Stadium has become modern and has recovered its attractive pre-construction in 1928. Once again, it serves as a location for sporting events. Read the writing strategies, then write about the building you have chosen. Follow the outline in exercise 2 and use the report on Amsterdam's Olympic Stadium as an example, then make a presentation to the class. Salt Secondary School was the first secondary school in Jordan. People had sent their children to study at Salt Secondary School since 1923. Students came from all Jordan to study there. Salt Development Corporation decided to renovate the school in the 2000s because the building was too old. Builders used concrete, steel, and bricks. The main building has been expanded and renovated, and new buildings have been added. It is still used as school today. Language development. Complete this interview between a TV presenter and an archaeologist with the present perfect simple from the verbs in practice. TV presenter: I am driving to Köpekli, the world's oldest building, with Klaus Schmidt, a German archaeologist who make a surprising discovery. Archaeologist: yes, rings of huge carved stones about 6,000 years older than Stonehenge. TV presenter: how old do you think Göbekli Tepe is? Archaeologist: it's about 11,000 years old. I am sure it's the world's first temple. TV presenter: okay, we at the suit with where Dr. Schmidt. At last 16 pure drinks. As we walk among them, I see that some are carved. Archaeologists: we images of animals like foxes and gazelles. My team has also found human bones, but there's still any evidence that people actually lived in Göbekli Tepe. Has met, have discovered, have arrived, has discovered, have found, haven't located. Match the following nouns to the definitions above. To make an object by cutting a piece of stone or wood. To carve. It's a castle to defend people against an attack. Citadel. A group of similar buildings on the same suit complex used by a relating to the army, military, a place where something important or interesting happened. Suit. Crossword puzzle. Across. A big building used to protect a city. Citadel. Relating to the time of history before anything was written down. Prehistoric, a wall or something similar used for protecting a place against attacks. Fortification, to entertain an audience by singing, acting, etc. Perform. Down, to include something as part of a group. Incorporate, a group of countries that are controlled by one ruler. Empire, the traditional beliefs, customs, or values of a family, society, or country. Heritage, a long open hole in the ground. Ditch, a prepared area of land used to raise on track. Project, renovating our school. Your task to renovate your school building. Before you start, find a large sheet of construction paper, colored papers, trees, marker pens, and glue stick and sticky tape. Your first assignment: in groups, discuss the features of your school, the old and new or newer aspects of the buildings and the aspects that need renovating. Here are some points to think about. When was your school first opened? By who? What materials did the builders use? Brick, concrete, steel, glass. Draw a picture or find an old photo of your school. What aspects need renovating? More and larger classrooms and a modern science lab, computer room, large garden, playground, a more accessible library. Where would you place them? Make a plan of the school as you want it. Your second assignment: show your project to the class. Explain what has changed and what has remained the same.